Hi there, this is Malay and welcome back to my channel. Well, in this video, let's continue exploring more Excel actions in Power Automate Desktop. Now this is part 6 in the series, so if you have not gone through previous videos of the series, I will leave the link in the description. You can go and watch them first and then can resume from here. Now I already have the sales team Excel open, so this time instead of launch Excel, let's go ahead and use something else. We will be using attached to a running Excel file. So I already have it open, and because I have it open, you can see that I get the sales team name here. So let's select that and we're going to keep it as an Excel instance. So let's click on save and let's open this so that we can delete this action. Let me delete this. In this case, let's go ahead and change the name of this to the sales team Excel instance. We're good with this. If you see the Excel file, I have a date of joining, but the date of joining column is shrinked. And you know that if it's a date column, if it's not fully expanded, you will see a channel or hash sign. So if you would like to expand this column to its full width, then we need to go for resizing the column or the rows. In this case, let's go ahead and open the advanced and resize columns or row. So in this case, we are resizing the target as column. The selection range is single or a range or all available. The column is column D and we would like to auto fit. If you have a row which also has multiple lines, however, the entire line is not visible, then you can also go for resizing the row. So the column is F. Let's make it auto fit. If you want, you can also go for a custom width. Let's go for auto fit. Click on save and click run. And let's go and check, and you can see that it has now expanded the column to its full width. Now what I actually wanted to show you is what I was referring. Let's just say that this is not a relevant column, but if we have the address and if I just put some fake address here, so I'll say it's test address, test address, right? And if we go ahead and format the cell, let's do the alignment and wrap the text. Okay, but let's say if I shrink this here, so you see the entire address is not visible, right? Because we have literally more lines, but I can only see 3 lines. So in this case, what we can do is we are looking at the 10th row. So let's open this in here, edit, and instead of column, go for a row. And in this case, go for a 10th row. You can go for a selection range. We are going for a single row. If you want to include the multiple rows where we have this issue, you can go for a range and then provide the start row, ending row. That is what you can do. So in this case, we're going to go for a single row 10 and auto fit. Click on save. Let's click run. And you can see as it's executed, it just expanded the row fully. So that is how you can use this action. Now let us say I would like to set the colors of the cells. And I have already a color in the header, but this is what I want to show, that how can you change the color of the cells in an Excel file. So we would like to change the header color to something else. So we are looking at the range A1 to G1. So let's go ahead and drag and drop that action. Set color of the cells. So we are setting for a range of cells. A start column would be A1. It's A1 till it's G1. So that's what we want to do. The color format is the name or a hexadecimal value. If you want to be very specific, you can provide the hexadecimal code. I'm going to go and simply provide the name here, and the name is also available in the drop down. So for an example, okay, so let me just go with probably the dim gray. Click on save. We don't need this resize option right now, so let's delete that and let's click run. So let's see, and it has changed the color, as you can see. Now let me show you another action, the autofill of the cells. Now I have one formula here, as you can see. The formula simply counts the number of months and days the employee has been part of the organization since the date of joining. So essentially it is today minus date of joining, and it returns the months and days. So what do we have in sales team 3 is we have the same formula which is referring the same dates. However, we don't have a values in the other rows. Now for an example, if you want to achieve this, that we have a formula in one of the cell, and if you would like to kind of drag for all the remaining cells, that is where the autofill cells come in. So we will use sales team 3 this time. So with this, let's go ahead and edit this, and let's go for a worksheet index 3, and we no longer want to use this. Instead we want to go for autofill cells in the Excel worksheet. Now we are going with the specific ranges. The start column, let's take a look, is going to be G2. That's the start column, so it's G2. So this is going to be the start source column, start source row, and similarly we have G2 because that is our source end column and source end row, because this is the only place where we have a formula. If we had these two formulas, then you could have the end row as this number 3. In this case we only have one, otherwise you can have it as G3. Destination end column, again it's going to be same, and the end row, so is 10 is the number, is going to be the end row. So let's click on save and let's hit run. Let's see this in action as it executes, and you can see it was successfully able to get the formula and then apply it to all the remaining cells that we have specified. Now let's delete this and let's look for find and replace. Now I do have a primary skill as the column of the employees, and you can see that we have a CDS, which is the common data service. Now of course that's been renamed already to a Microsoft Dataverse. So some of the employees have mentioned the old skill name. So what we are looking at is we'll find the CDS and then we'll replace it rather with the Dataverse. So let's go ahead and grab that action, find and replace. So we want to go for find and replace. So all matches, yes, we would like to replace all the matches. Text to find, I would like to find CDS. Text to replace, I would like to replace with Microsoft Dataverse. Match case. So if you want to match the exact same case, you can select it. If you want, you can then ignore it. Match entire cell contents. Yes, if the CDS is the only content that should be in the cell, that should be the criteria, then you select this. Otherwise you can deselect it. In search by rows, I'm fine with it. Click on save and let's click run. Let's open this, see this side by side as it's working. So keep an eye on the column match, and as you can see the CDS was successfully changed to Dataverse. So that's how you can use find and replace. So that is it for this video. We'll continue looking more actions in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.